Hey everybody, this is Hunter Black Luna, and Alpha 6E, Big Ambitions, Broken Dreams, which is a fitting title for this update considering I need to talk to you guys about something. This is my 1500th video, and first of all, I want to establish how fucking impressed I am that I ever made it to that place. So what I'm saying is, I'm a fundamentally impressive person. What I'd also like to say is that thank you to anyone who has ever watched a single one of my videos, to anyone who has followed my series, my shifting interests, me not fucking finishing what I'm doing. I want to express my deep and personal appreciation. This is a hobby that I got into years ago. I'm really glad I did. All the time invested playing, encoding videos, you know, editing, which is not that much, honestly, uploading, you know, spending 6 hours to upload like half an hour of YouTube videos is so worth it. If people watch it, if they enjoy it, if they leave feedback, even, you know, if you just watch my video and you've never said a thing, you still have my deep appreciation, because it's just, especially for someone who's complete unknown, to get any attention whatsoever is incredible. And the reason I decided to make this my 1500th video, well, I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but I saw it on the Steam News thing. Space Base DF9 is actually going to end production cycle and go to a 1.0 release. Basically, they're going to say the game is finished, like, soon, if they haven't already said it. Now, there's a lot to say about this, and I'm going to lay out some of my thoughts here. This may be the very final video I ever do of this game. And I know it was a pretty popular series overall, and I feel the game has gotten like 12 hours of my life. I feel it deserves at least that, you know. Wow, I wish someone would do things. Well, we'll see if they do. This game had amazing potential. I kept referring to it as a single-player version of Space Station 13, and it's worth noting that the game is so not there, but it was going in that direction, and since the very first video I saw, I knew I was going to buy this, I knew I was going to support it, and I knew I was going to like it. And those early builds were frustrating, and it's worth noting the game has improved quite a lot. Like, it's much better than it used to be. It has features, it has lots of cool things about it. But the thing is, it is still, and there's very little way to debate this, an unfinished game at its core. It is just not a game that's finished. It can't hang with finished indie games. This game was setting itself up deliberately, and there's quotes from the makers to this effect, to be like, you know, Prison Architect, RimWorld, to be like, you know, Dwarf Fortress. And it needs to be said up front that this game so can't hang with, it can't hang with RimWorld or Prison Architect, and in my opinion, those games can't hang with Dwarf Fortress. So it's so not at that place where we would consider it honestly done. Now, there's reasons why this development was quit. They didn't just take the money and run chuckling. Well, that's up to personal interpretation, honestly, because they sort of... But the stated reasons for all this stuff... I never did look at the character models. The stated reasons for all this shit is that, well, essentially, they were putting every buck of their space-based development, like what they got from buying it, back into development, and they were still running a loss because they had to use more company assets to develop. Essentially, the game wasn't making enough money, so they decided it wasn't really fair to expect a company to, you know, keep doing something at a net loss forever, which is an understandable concern, certainly. Although, it has been pointed out in like the comments section of the news articles and whatnot by other people that this isn't like a traditional, you know, profit-loss thing. This game was in pre-alpha the whole time, and the promise was always invest your money now and get a better game. So first of all, And I am one of those people who invested in this project, and we're not going to get a completed space-based TF9. They're going to release the 1.0, but it's not a case of shipping it when it's done. It's shipping it when the deadline says so. And first of all, yes, that is, you know, we invested in something and we are not going to receive what we paid for. And there's no denying that. I want to completely acknowledge that. This video isn't really made to either condemn the company for what they've done or to defend them. This video is just made to, you know, put my thoughts across. But the thing is, this game is in early access, right? Well, like, the idea that you need to be making a profit in early access or you'll abandon the project, I mean, the idea is you make the full game and then release it and then make your money. That's the traditional development cycle. So the early access is just a bonus on top of that. And I think if nothing else, it shows that this project had a very low priority in general in the company, which was something that was pretty generally agreed on. And lots of people were predicting the development cycle would come to an end, and I just see it as a shame, honestly, more than anything else, because I still like this game, and it seems other people like it too, but it's done. We can see the doctor taking the body to the matter reclamation unit. There's got to be a term for that specific kind of sci-fi thing. It's not quite horror, but it's kind of horrifying. Whatever. The point is, well, I've lost my train of thought because I'm trying to like talk and make like a vlog while the video is running. I've pretty much stopped playing the game except for like basic maintenance services. We gotta get those blood stains cleaned up. We need a janitor job. Let's slit people. The game has improved a lot, like I said. I don't think there's any doubt of that. But there's also so much more to go. And they're never going to do it. So, honestly, people can feel however they want about it, and I really can't blame you. If you feel betrayed, I kind of do too. I do not blame you at all for being angry at this. I just wish we could have gotten... because it's not in a complete state. Or, it's not what we'd hoped, you know. Much was promised. I honestly didn't think this was going to happen. I felt like they were just going to keep developing for... well, the expectation for, like, indie games, like Dwarf Fortress has been in development, as I understand it, literally, like, a decade. Or something, like half a decade or something. I know Space Station 13 has literally been around for a decade. And it has a long and interesting history and different servers and shit. God, everything feels like it's in slow motion since I'm so used to time accelerating the shit out of everything. I don't know, this is kind of my homage to this game too, you know, showing off the different jobs and in greater detail and showing off the sound effects and this game wouldn't be hard to make mobile. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, this game would be easy to make mobile because all I do is use my mouse. I don't really use my keyboard for like anything at all. That'd be kind of... this would be a mobile tier game. It would be a lot more understandable. Or the way it is would be a lot more understandable. I'm just thinking... I had other stuff I wanted to say too. I tried to tab out and that didn't go well. Fraps and then the game both independently crashed within moments, which was a little impressive, I gotta admit. I was going to look at the news article for some more thoughts, and there are a couple that come to mind. There were like hundreds of features in the maybe kind of development pile, like a big list, like, we want to add this maybe and this maybe. Those weren't delivered on. And the thing is, they were put there to make people buy it, you know? Even if there's a disclaimer on the Steam Early Access page, if there's features there, people are gonna buy it. That's why you put them on the page. So if you feel like that is a case of them promising this world and then not delivering it, you know, Peter Molyneux style, you have every right to feel that way, frankly. And other games like Prison Architect, they didn't... Actually, Prison Architect's an interesting example because it made a shitload of money in pre-alpha, and it will doubtless make more, you know, as a full game. But that's rare. Like, you can't count on... They didn't need that flash in the pan. It was a nice bonus. You know, you sink something into development costs, and then you make the product, and then you sell it and recoup that. You know, not recouping it in the development is an interesting standard to hold this game. It kind of feels like they just didn't want to do it anymore, which... I understand not wanting to do it anymore. I don't finish projects either, but you had a lot of hopes riding on this. Ultimately, more than being angry, I can just be sad and say, you know, shit doesn't work out. And if there's any one thing you can take away from Space-Based DF9 as like a lesson, it's not that don't buy early access games, because I heavily support the idea, the model of early access is fucking important. It is how we get games like Kerbal Space Command, like Minecraft, that revolutionize the way we play games. And especially if you're one of the people that thunders away at the AAA games industry, like me, early access is the way. Of course it's abused, everything is abused, but I legitimately don't think an early access on an indie development team is any more risky than a AAA developer these days, given the shit they crap out constantly. You are no more guaranteed quality because it's a big official developer, you know what I mean? I feel that way anyhow. But ultimately, the rule to keep in mind, in my opinion, and it's a good rule, only buy an early access game if it's already fun to play as a game, you know? It'll get better with early access, but look at the early access game and ask yourself, could you play this as a game? You know, forget it's early access, can you play this as a game? And this is where we can call it the Kerbal Space Command, or Kerbal Space Program standard. Because that game is fun to play as a game. It is a game proper. It's in development, but for a while now, it's been a game proper where you can do so much. And that's so awesome. Way to open the break doors, eh. But Kerbal Space Program is legitimately, if they stopped right now, they'd have delivered an amazing game. There would still be disappointment because it was supposed to get better. But if they stopped right now and left us this, it would be... It's like Minecraft, you know. Even before Minecraft was, you know, done, they had the core of the game that was great. And it seems topical to mention Minecraft now with its acquisition, Mojang's acquisition. Also, I gotta say, if I was offered even a slice of 2.5 billion to give up even something that was my baby, my life's work, my precious, I gotta admit, I'd probably do it. But that's my only comment on this. I'm not gonna comment further. Microsoft has been known to have occasional bouts of sanity, and I hope they continue that. But for this, yeah, rule of thumb. Don't buy it unless it's already fun as a game. Then, you know, the early access thing, the fact that it gets better is a bonus. That's just how I feel. And obviously, like a lot of people, I feel Steam should have stricter standards. They should hold them to people to contracts, like Kickstarter people are. Let's watch some fun happen, everybody. They should be held to some kind of contract, rather than just, you know, take the money and maybe you deliver something, maybe you don't. Because... But at the end of the day, they've decided to stop development, and, you know... And that's a shame. I can't find it in me to be mad at this. Other people are certainly welcome to it, is understandable, but man... This game could have been something real special. And that was evident early, but it was not to be. And I gotta say, I don't think I'll be buying Double Fine in the future, even if something looks cool. I didn't put enough fire extinguishers. Let's see what happens. Meteors have been detected on a collision course with the station. Oh wow, that's a lot of shit. That's impressive. Wow, they're using fire extinguishers intelligently, yeah. So, I'm not saying this will definitely be my last video. I might return to the 1.0 version just for one last hurrah, but I gotta admit, my will to play this game was already a little low. But wow. I've kind of said everything I wanted to say. Feel free to discuss it in the comments below or whatever if you want. I kind of covered this game for like a year, sort of. I'd play the different alphas, I'd examine what was good or bad about them, what changed, and kind of help give the game, an extra boost of, exposure of people looking at it, which is a wonderful thing that Let's Plays can provide. And one of the reasons that as a company, trying to stop Let's Players is literally stupid, and bad and wrong, spoken as a true Let's Player. Overall, before I repeat it myself too much, I'm just gonna end the video and post this up, probably pretty soon after I record it. Certainly the same day, but I'll look at other projects. I don't know what I want to do next, or... Thanks for watching, everybody. And again, this is a weird video to do my 1500th on. I thought about like a montage of funny moments, or... That might be coming, but that would require effort, so, don't hold your breath. Germane to the topic of this video. But definitely talk about it, and... I guess I could do whatever with my channel. So, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for, being on my channel at all. And... I'll see you guys next time. No! Oh. Well, they're here to kill us? Nope. Rebellious. Yeah, go to hell. This feels really awkward. Yeah, burn in hell. Ha ha ha! She's tantruming already. We'll go to fucking hell. You're the one that decided to dock in our fucking station. Fucking illegal immigrants. Taking our germs. What the hell are you even doing? If you just like blast a hole in the wall, that'd be a mate. Oh, she's decided to phase out into incorporeality and fuck off and die in space. Alright. Actually, this is a good metaphor for the customer base of Space-Based DF9. Fuck you, we're out! Okay, I gotta put a code on this, because this is fucking hilarious. We triggered that tantrum on that citizen. This random space citizen, who's a technician, got so... because the person was flying up here, broke the shit out of the engines on this derelict. And came down here to try to do the same thing, but this random technician dude, I was expecting the security officer to do that, but no. This random technician got into a fight with this fucking asshole who boarded us, and then, we told him to fuck off, and they came here. That's incredible. Maybe this game is a little more like, Space Station 13 than I thought. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Wow. And now he's gone invisible too. Maybe it's a plague. Maybe it's spreading. So there's your coda.